What's up, everybody? Nick Powles, publisher of 1851franchise.com. If you like these episodes, would love for you to subscribe. We are talking Moms on the Run, the franchise. Coming up next. Karissa, I love human interest stories, which is where I like to begin. And you said you've seen a few of these. So you're going to see, like, this is the only scripted part of it. How did you accidentally fall into franchising? What's your franchise story?
It was definitely accidental. I honestly was looking for a way to work out again because I was a personal trainer and I had 3 kids in 4 years. And all of a sudden I wasn't doing what I was telling everyone else to do, like make time for yourself, get a workout in. And I just couldn't figure out how to do it. I got to the point where I realized if this is going to work, I got to figure out how to involve my kids. So I started doing workouts for other moms and babies instead of just doing one-on-one training. And that was really fun. We met at a local park. That was great. But I really felt that moms of new babies age a really challenging demographic to market to, to try to get class when it's not their baby's nap time, to have enough women that are ready at that stage to get back into exercising. And meanwhile, I had been on a hiatus from running and I loved running. I grew up running and I missed it. And I was trying to figure out, like, how can I also lead running and have that become a business as well. And one day at my class, at our mom and baby class, this woman said she wanted to train for a 5K. And everyone in that park got excited. They're like, oh, I've never run a 5K. I've always wanted to run a 5K. And they're all like, yeah, let's do this. And I thought, okay, well, my background is in exercise science and I've been running my whole life. I can create a 5K training program. So that's what I did. And the first year in my small town of Forest Lake, Minnesota, we had 26 people sign up. So it was like, this is a very northernmost suburb of the Twin Cities. It was about 13,000 people at the time. And I was just overwhelmed. Like, women were just excited about this. And so we did it again the next year. And the next year we had 54 women sign up for this class. And they were driving an hour to get there, which was not okay with me. And obviously the ones who had an hour drive didn't stay committed. They didn't stick with it. And I had women contacting me from all over the Twin Cities, like, we need one of these near us. Like, this is missing. There really was nothing like it around here. And so I kind of went crazy and I opened 7 locations to kind of cover the corners of the Twin Cities metro the next year. And then 2 years later, I had 12 locations. That was kind of a lot to manage by myself. So that's when somebody told me about franchising. And I was like, that sounds like a lot of work. But sure, why not? Let's do this. I really didn't want to squash the opportunity. I feel like if I don't do this, I'm squashing a really good thing. And so that's kind of, I think somebody gave me like the Franchising for Dummies book or something like that. And I didn't ever read the whole thing. I was like, yeah, that's what I need to do. And it's been so exciting since then. Like, I love not only how many women we've been able to help get back into fitness, but also just how many women we've been able to help do something they love and that they're passionate about as coaches, as personal trainers, people that are really motivated by women's wellness to be able to give them a business opportunity. And it's part-time. So we love just being able to be flexible and work into women's lives.
That's awesome. So a bunch of follow-up questions. So one is, you go through the process of franchising the business, which is, I'm sure is heavy lifting and exhilarating and expensive. Has your expectations been met, or did you come into this, like, obviously some people go into franchising and think that we're going to open up 5,000 of these tomorrow.
Yeah.
But did you come into it with realistic expectations? Like, how has that worked out so far?
I came into it not knowing what I was doing. And so I didn't have expectations at all. I literally feel like I became a franchisor because I was a people pleaser and because so many women are like, this is what you have to do. And this is how we help more women. And I just wanted to help everybody. And I wanted to do that. So that really is the journey that I followed. So it didn't come with any financial expectations, any growth expectations. I literally was just following what was happening. And, it grew to 40 locations very, very quickly, probably too quickly. That's when I started learning, oh, there's franchise conferences. There's other people out there that do this. And there's people that are there to support me and help me learn how to do this better. So I started traveling to events, meeting amazing people, and learning how to do everything in franchising. And I just really basically stopped the growth for a little bit. And I really, really wanted to create the right infrastructure to be successful. I did not want to be that business that grew too fast and failed. So that was really important to me. So I really didn't even develop goals until after I caught up with that. After I felt like, okay, now I have enough employees, I have a team, I have the support that I want to offer my business owners. And since then, yeah, we have goals now. We really believe that this needs to be in every community. I don't try to be unrealistic. I would love to be at 100 locations within 3 more years, just because I do feel like we have that support ready to go now. And just the excitement of what I'm seeing happening, in our locations as we've been able to support these women and help so many women that really haven't found their fit in fitness. They're not comfortable in a gym environment, maybe. So just seeing the lifestyle, the changes that we've seen and the impact it has on families, which is a whole nother story. But to see that happening, really motivates me to grow this. And I do plan to get it to 100 locations within 3 years now. I just hired a franchise development director, if you can believe that, after 15. Well, I've been franchising for going on 12 years now. Never had a franchise development director. And like I said, really stopped focusing on growth until I felt like I had the support. And so now for the first time, we're going to grow again. We're going to do this. So I'm excited about the new opportunities.
And you currently have 40 locations, or are you more than that?
We're at 40 now. We did grow up to 50. We did lose some over COVID. It was extreme hardship on our businesses, as I think we're seeing in fitness nationwide. We're not quite back to where we all were before COVID, but we're really excited about how much we were able to maintain and sustain during that.
Are you guys making an earnings claim in item 19?
Yes, we are.
What do you guys say in item 19?
We present a range because we have a lot of women that are just doing this as a hobby. And so we have down from that bottom, we kind of do a bottom 20% all the way up to a top 20%. It's very, very part-time. And so when I have to explain that very well to our prospects, because it is literally 5 hours a week is on average what we see our franchisees working. So the ones that are doing it as a hobby and not working it as a business, that doesn't work so well in this economy. So those are the ones that we will be losing post-COVID if they're not actively marketing and growing their business. So we've got anywhere down from 6,000 to 8,000 in sales up to over 30,000 in sales.
Oh,
and
awesome.
So we're kind of showing that top 20% and the bottom 20% just to really show people it really matters to work it as a business.
Yeah.
And then actually all of our top earners are all multi-unit owners. So we show that in the FDD, these are the sales per unit, but these are operated by multi-unit owners.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, as an outsider, obviously you're playing in the low cost. So you're on one side, it's harder to protect you, the franchisor, from saying no to the wrong fit, because the reality is majority of human beings can afford your franchise.
Yes.
What I love about it is the culture side is such an important part of the magic. And I would imagine you see that with your franchisees, the culture that they build with each other as well. I'll say, as an outsider, when I was looking at the business, I was like, totally see the impact that you have, the accessibility, that it's non-threatening to people, women that want to get some fitness and some culture and some community back in their lives. And then I was like, why are you stopping at just running? This is so impactful. Have you thought about all the other extensions on impact
Oh
to
yeah,
these
we don't
people?
just do running.
Yeah.
So all of those franchisees that are in our top 20% are offering more formats, more classes. We do strength training at almost every class. We allow our franchise owners to use our brand for any fitness format that they're certified in.
It's great.
So they can offer yoga for runners, they can offer Pilates, they can offer boot camp classes. So our brand might be, our main MO might be running, but we offer all types of fitness. We really want to be a comprehensive women's fitness program. We're also open to all women, not just moms, but we really try to be a one-stop shop. Like, we want you to be able to get your cardio, your strength, your flexibility for training, all of that from us, and some education. We like to help our women learn more about running and technique and wellness and all of those things.
Okay, so if I buy your business today, not that you're asking for my opinion, but I always, whenever I land on a franchise website, I go, what's the YUI now? And your YUI now is franchise, start your own business. If I were you, I'd play back exactly what you just said, word for word, and write that out, because you touched on everything that I think could impact not only the end consumer, but who your franchisee is, and the clarity of how you just explained it. That's what I want to see when I land on your website, because I just heard so much beauty in the community of what, and the structure of the business, that your website does not tell that story. So go press play on that, write it down, just have AI transcribe that for you and go put it to work. So I love that.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, that's great feedback. Thank you.
Yeah. So where's the dream now? Like, what, I mean, because you got into this thing and I hear it. It's like, you did not let the tail wag the dog, which most franchisors do. You came into this with a larger purpose and you've held true to that. You said 100 units, but is it beyond that? Is there a brick and mortar at some point? Do you explore other business models?
We are currently exploring how to make a part-time opportunity even bigger in order to attract the right type of demographic that wants to build a business, because we're being a lot more picky these days about who we sell a franchise to. It can't just be someone who loves to run.
Yeah.
So it's really important to have a business mindset. And so that's why we are looking at ways to expand our opportunity in the part-time space. And it is a full-time opportunity to own multiple units. I don't want to lose focus of that part-time model, because I feel like that's missing in the franchise space. I think so many women can use that opportunity. So many women crave that flexibility and to do something fun. And that's what we offer. So I want to make sure, I don't think we'll be brick and mortar. I will never say never. But right now we have really low overhead costs. And that just gives the flexibility, I think, that women need to be successful in this type of a model. So yeah, I guess the dream is to keep expanding the part-time opportunity, and also to help women that want to earn full-time income with us to see how they can easily scale that to multiple units in the area. So to give you an example, we have 32 locations only in the Twin Cities. There is one in almost every suburb. So that's still where the majority of our locations are. And we can do that in every metropolitan area. And that's what we're excited about doing.
Well, and again, like, I think if I put the business to the side and say, what is the construct that I think has tremendous value, even on the financial side, even at the top level, which still is, in my opinion, still a good business based on how you've constructed it from the cost to get in. What you've also done is you've taken off this pressure, and I would call money the most addictive drug that exists in our world. And when money, the drug of money is creating so much pressure, it also adds so much stress. And so whether done on purpose or not, when you have part-time, you're saying have plenty of time for your family, have plenty of time for the other things that are important for you. You don't have to have this be your be all end all. And then at the top line, it's actually a valuable dollar, because you can build profit by having multi locations, but you can also sleep at night not having the stress on your back of how am I going to make $1 million? And I think that's an interesting thing here that also falls in line with. Now I'm clearly not a woman, but the pressure of children, of husband, of community is heavy. And so very few then say, okay, do I have enough room in my cup for a business? I think you've engineered a business that is yes, it can go in that cup and can be something that you're proud of and you can build lifelong friendships off of. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what we want to focus on, is how much we offer that compared to some of the other opportunities out there that do require so much of a greater investment and time commitment to get going.
If there's someone that's watched it to this point, is there anything else you want them to know about the business opportunity?
Just that we're ready. You know, we have laid the groundwork. We have put more time, a little bit of a perfectionist. So I've kind of delayed this growth phase for too long. I just feel like we have the staff in place now and the roles and the franchise support built out really well, just so that I feel like now's the time to get involved. I don't feel like we've increased our pricing yet to cover some of our increased support. So that makes it a really good time to get involved, because I do anticipate rates will be going up in the next few years to get started, and our monthly rates and all of that. But we're really excited just to help women to do what they love and to make a business out of it.
That's really cool. Well, look, I love what you're doing so far. It seems like you're taking the right approach. You have the right mindset, and I look forward to seeing where the story goes. Thanks for sharing some of it with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. If I could say one more thing,
Of course.
I just thought of, we need sponsors. And I feel like I don't do a good job of getting the word out about our sponsor opportunity. And everyone knows that women make the decisions in the house. So we are just a really great group. Like we don't do one-time event very often. Like we promote our sponsors throughout the year. And we're really excited about that opportunity that we're able to offer some of the companies that we work with. So I'm just trying to spread the word about that.
Are those local sponsorship? Like does the franchise owner go secure them, or do you secure them nationally?
Well, we are looking as a brand for large national sponsors. We can do locally. You know, that becomes a little bit more logistical challenge for, you know, the investment versus work ratio. Like we do allow our franchisees to pursue local sponsors, and they even use those to cover the cost of scholarships, because we do give financial aid to women to be able to participate. So the local sponsorships really help with that. You can see we're very mission driven, sometimes more than profit driven, but we just want to help women. And on a national level, we really need bigger name sponsorships to be able to fuel our growth. I think that we come in very affordably, and we have really high customer engagement, email open rates, all of that stuff. So what I'm focused on is more the national, but we do support our franchisees to be able to get local sponsors as well.
All right. I mean, maybe you need to go create moms in ads, moms in advertising, because you could build another business where you just mirror the two together, have the two types of moms work together to make this thing happen.
There you go.
Ideas are born.
I think my husband's going to kill you for giving me another business opportunity.
Sorry, but I think there could be something there. All right. Good stuff. For Chris, I'm Nick. This is another episode of Meet the Zor.